got to be a reason, hasn't there? That was like,
Go on the fishes! They're there now. Whoa, get the back wind off. That's not a stocky.
No.
Oh, that's not a stocky, folks. Okay, you lovely lot. So you're joining us here today at the beautiful Old Hough fisheries, where we're on Big Max Lake.
Yeah.
It's amazing, isn't it, on here?
This is the peg you beat me on.
Yes, it is actually. I can't believe you brought that up before me,
it just
Jay.
popped into my head then.
I was about to get to it, but before we do that, we're going to be doing a bit of traditional Waggler with pellets, aren't we, on the deck?
Yeah. I know we say this a lot about most methods.
No, it's my favourite.
This might be my favourite.
I think every method is our favourite though, isn't it? When you're getting bites in it, when you're whacking into them fish, it's like, that's my favourite method.
It is very good. This would be in the only method you could do for the rest of your life. This would be it'd be in top two for me, this.
I think I'd be on it, like, obviously stick float, but the trouble with stick float is if the river's high, you're buggered, you can't do anything about it. Whereas this, the only thing that obviously is the downside of Waggler fishing is obviously wind. So obviously match conditions, and you're not as fortunate as like we are today to like pick our pegs on the bank with the winds off your back. It'd be very difficult. Yeah. Very, very difficult.
It's susceptible to the elements. That's its downfall, isn't it?
Yes. I ain't got a clue what that word means here, but it was a good one, mate.
It was
a good
one. But for the intelligent people.
All right, okay, fair enough. Am I not one of them? But yeah, no, so we're going to be feeding like 6mm pellets so we can get the distance. Obviously, Ireland's, what, 35 yards away? 35 yards, isn't it? You'd say?
I wasn't born in 1970, so I don't know yards, but it's about 25 metres.
So it's the thing as well, which makes it a lot easier for me. I mean, I know I bang on about plumbing up on a Waggler all the time with like little shots and that. We don't even need to on here. We know it's like dead shallow on the island, so you're just going over depth. Doesn't matter.
No plumbing up is needed, as long as you've got a rough idea.
Yeah. Obviously, you need to know the water a little bit, don't you?
Yeah.
But I think it actually helps in, obviously, when you have got wind and undertow, it doesn't matter about laying all that line on the bottom, because obviously it's so sensitive. The Wagglers that we're using, you've seen them little dinks anyway.
Yeah. And
then they're on. And then it's time to get a slammer out and get the hook out, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the ultimate of that curve that I'm always on about. But it is the ultimate, isn't it?
You said curve then, not
curve then, to keep you happy, but it really does. Your Waggler, it's almost like, it's not like fishing at a river, but the same sort of thing. Yeah. It never stays still.
No.
Even on the flattest days, it still moves, because water moves about. And as soon as it moves, that curve happens on a Waggler beautifully, doesn't it?
Definitely. And Rich will get in on it today as well, folks. Obviously, you'll see that float going under dead slow. So what I'll do, I'll give it a little dink, then you'll see it come up fast. Yeah. And the difference between that and a proper bite, you know what a proper bite is, it's just like nice and quick.
It is.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It is. But its advantages, so obviously we've said it's tricky with the elements, but when you can fish it, for me, the advantages of doing this over fishing a bomb, or a little feed or whatever else, that's the easy option, of course it is. It's chucking a bomb or whatever, because you get so many fewer bites, I find.
I think you're catching fish that you wouldn't catch on that, because either you're not seeing a bite, or it's just the commotion that goes on as well when it goes like proper cold. You know what I mean? It's
I like
the
that. It's both, isn't it? As well, I think it's the movement that's massive.
So imparting that movement on them naturally.
Searching a peg, movements, bit of everything. You're not just sat on the bottom there.
You're fishing a bigger area as well.
Yeah.
You'll see when these pellets go in as well, they're over a bit of an area, which is perfectly fine for the Waggler, for this style of fishing that we're doing.
Yeah, it is. It really, really is, isn't it? So, what are we going to go through? Anything to chat before we have a fish?
I reckon we just get straight in it. What do you reckon?
I think straight on this and catch some fish.
Oh, yes, please. It's time to go yet, Jay?
Yes.
Can we go?
Right, it's playing time, but you're not casting in. We've got to do some talking first. We've got to tell people instructional and all that.
Oh, go on then. You can be instructional. Let me.
No, you're not. You've got to be involved. Anyway, right, we are doing this because.
I feel it's on the wrong way. Let me come this way around. Go ahead.
Spin back again.
Go ahead.
It's just better than bomb, innit? And it's more fun. And yeah, it's just better.
It is, and obviously you can cover more with it. And obviously you can do different things with it as well. By that I mean, look to catch fish through the water.
That's a good shout. That's a big thing.
Go deeper,
Why is that right?
Go ahead.
This one. I feel that the bomb, in my head, it annoys them, the noise of it going in.
Yes.
That's noisier. But you get bites on the settle.
No, I don't think it is noisier.
It's not far off. It's still a big crash in it.
So the difference we've got today, folks. I'm clipped up so that the pellet's going to be landing probably 2-3 foot away from the island. So obviously my float's going in, pellet's going past it. Now, if we hit the clip right, then it won't make any commotion.
As much as a bomb would.
Yes.
It must make a bit though.
It does. Obviously, of course it does. The beauty you've got with a Waggler in open water, you can control it because you're feathering it with your finger. When you fish into a clip, it's all about getting into a rhythm when you cast it.
Yeah, you got to rod in the right place where you get your clip.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously releasing the Waggler at the right point as well. So if I cast it out, goes in, I'm not happy with it, I'm going to bring it straight back. I've got to be hitting that clip and that squirrels. There's an actual squirrel. Squirrel.
That's one.
There has
111.
You've got to be sort of like proper strict on yourself. Because if you're not, I think it's the same when you're chucking a method in. If you don't hit the clip right and don't land with that nice plop,
nice.
Bring it
we
back.
worry about the plop too much. Shocked you didn't laugh at that comment then.
I don't know. Right, so let's talk through that before we even get fishing, and let's talk about the ploppage first. So basically, for me, it's got to be, if you're getting this, Rich, yeah, it's got to be that, so it feathers in and this coming down there, you know, so it's going straight the way past it.
That.
As it goes in like that?
Yeah, baby.
Especially with them
the Waggler lands flat, definitely.
Yeah.
How will it land? Your Waggler will actually land like that.
I know, I don't know if when you feather it comes back on yourself.
Yeah, but you're not feathering it, you're hitting the clip. So your weight's going to be facing you when it lands.
See what you mean, yeah. So it's landing that and then comes straight up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what we're looking for, folks, yeah. So it's landing like that, baits past it, float sits. What I don't want is for the float to land and this land here somewhere like that, because then you can't see anything, what's happening. If you get a bite of that, there's nothing there registering it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The pellet on the hook like you're going to have as well, you get that, you can see.
I think that helps, obviously, because it's being a bit heavier.
Yes.
Obviously, feeding-wise as well, you know what I'm like with feeding, folks. Oh, Richard's telling me to get fishing. Sorry, Rich, I was like waffling too.
He's just giving us
He's
one of
just
his
said
top
waffling
tips.
too much. The CEO of Winning Ways has said we're like waffling too much. Right, go ahead. So I'm gonna feed it first, actually.
Okie dokie.
I'm gonna feed it first, and you notice obviously I'm giving it a nice long drop as well. Yes. So where I run that bit over there.
Do you think
when
it comes to the feeding?
Yeah.
God, don't be chucking in yet. When we're talking, stop being so keen.
Squirrels. Right? Go on.
Right.
Go on.
The feeding, I'd go in without feeding to start with.
Would you?
Yeah. Now, I wouldn't in the summer. Like we're on now, when we're filming now, what are we on? Middle of November.
So you're feeding, casting and feeding?
No. I'd fish me whole cast without feeding to start with, this time of year. Like dobbing, do you know what I mean? Like I'd go in, I'd have 3 or 4 chucks without putting any... Now that we're on dodgy carpy time, November till March, I wouldn't feed anything for the first 3 casts. You're not liking it, are you?
I don't know, yeah. This, again, the beauty of fishing, everyone's completely different. I can't not feed because obviously it's the noise that's drawing them in. I know exactly what you mean. If there's fish there, why should you feed? Because they're going to take it.
You could get a quick bite maybe.
Yeah, definitely.
But a little bit does give you an area still, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, either way.
What do you reckon is like feeding the fish up and all this time of year? A few, they're not going to take much, are they?
It's like a steak, one of them, and out 6mm coppins.
Big pellets. So I'm not feeding loads. I'm feeding sort of like 2 to 4. You know, some will go schooling on the island, but you know, if you can get 1 or 2, you know, around the float. But again, this is what I was on about before as well. But we don't have to be that accurate with the feed. It's more.
No.
I think the noise, as long as you're over an area.
Yeah.
But it's more important, obviously, what's going on under the water and how it's landing and everything.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Happy with that?
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that.
I'm going to have a cast with no feed then.
Well, you're not, because you fed days ago. We've been fishing for an hour.
Right.
It's up to you. It's all up to you. I'm just talking about
I know
what
we're
I
waffling,
do.
folks, but we like waffling. The other thing as well, obviously, it's pretty much... I'm not going to say perfect conditions because the wind's a little bit swirly, but when you've got it like this, I'm not going to sink my line today. I can have a big bow in my line. As long as, like, you know, fishing over depth, it's not going to affect what's going on down the bottom end for the fish. If I was in open water, proper waiting for a bite, I'd definitely be sinking it. But you'll see, like, the line will be going out all over the place. But once that fish takes a bait, I mean, well, it's F1's, you are going to miss a few.
But you get longer, don't you? You get longer on deck as opposed to shallow pellet wagglers. If it's not tight, you're missing every bite.
100%.
On the deck, they give you a bit of a...
Yeah.
You get it's still a little window, but you get a window.
I like that. So I've like wasted half an hour trying to talk you through what I mean. Jay's just come along and explained it in like 10 seconds. I like that, mate. Right, so I'm gonna have a cast. Notice a drop rod tip to the float as well, folks. And never go right short. If you're winding up right short like that, basically your float's coming down from your rod tip. So you want a nice long drop, sort of like, what's that, 6 foot, 6 foot.
What line you got on?
I've got 0.16 main line.
That makes a difference, doesn't it?
See, that's not landed right. I mean, it's landed in the feather, but I'm not tight enough and I didn't hit the clip. See what I mean? We all do it, folks. Even us professionals. Jay wouldn't have done it. Jay'd have gone squirreling, to be fair.
I probably will.
Yeah, so mainline, 0.16, so there's like, I'm not giving it much of a dink at all. It's just landing.
That wind's right.
That wind is not nice.
I'll stick up for him. It's been phenomenal for the last half hour. It's only just got a bit weird.
It's literally gone, right, come on, concentrate. Because I'm talking to you lot. Right, come on. This is going now. That's better. There we go. So you see what I mean, like float lands and then we've got that pellet straight the way past it. So I'm definitely going to feed some bait around it. Yeah, 016 mainline, so I'm not having to give it much force.
It makes that cast so much nicer, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
It's not... Strength is irrelevant, isn't it? Don't go too low, don't go stupid. As long as it's sort of £4-ish.
Yeah.
£3 even, I'd say.
Oh! Right, so just before that, because Rich would have got it in, we had sort of like a little slow one, which is just obviously because I'm fishing over depth there. And then we had that fast one, that was a bite. F1's for you.
It's all F1's today, isn't it?
I'm not going to feed this time. Just going to go in. Because there's like, what if I put in there? There's probably like 6 or 7 pellets in there now. Obviously, they've not all been eaten. Can't see them all been eaten.
So where you've chosen to throw it as well.
It's a little bit to the left, that one, but I'm going to leave it because it's landed nice. Right. Go on.
I think it's important. You've got to pick, like you've got an island, a squared island in front of you.
Yeah.
Obviously, features will dictate where you chuck quite often.
Go ahead, Jay, lad.
If it's all square like it is where we are now.
Yeah.
So you've chucked to your right, slightly to your right, because when we first started, the wind was slightly right to left, wasn't it? I think it's always important to chuck upwind a bit, isn't it, so it comes in.
Definitely.
Like if you threw it to your left now,
it'd be like...
When the wind was the other way, it was pulling through too quick.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that, mate. No, definitely right. That's why I've gone, yeah, that's why we're that way.
It's a funny one. You want it to move, don't you? You don't want it to pull through like a train, but you want it to,
don't think that was a bite.
To move a little bit.
Oh, yeah, I think that movement, that imparting that movement on it, that actually helps you get bites as well. Yeah. Certainly for F1's and that. Oh.
Right, it's gone dead calm now, hopefully.
Perfect.
I don't want you to get a bite. I want it to
do
the tightening up thing in that it settles now, like see how high it is now, the float?
Yeah.
That's it, pellets on deck. And you'll see in a minute, see it's just trundling along.
It's going to go.
See how it's going lower? That's that curve creating, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just as it beds in a little bit, and now's when you get that little...
So what we're waiting for now for anything like fast like that. What I will do, just give it a little twitch like that. Anything slow, I'm ignoring them. Give it a little twitch, just like that. Yeah, we're in. See what I mean about the difference? Oh, it's fell out. Right, so these hooks, I might have borrowed them off Jamie. It's your fault we're losing them, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why we're losing them.
It's your fault we fell off. To be fair, it does look quite good, actually.
More chance to catch them on my hooks than your invisible ones, isn't there? You know what I mean?
To be fair,
tricky to catch them on invisible hooks.
You've got to have hooks tied up in the first place, folks, haven't you, really? That was nice, that talk through exactly what we were getting at, though, didn't it?
Now it's gone flat, it's lovely, innit? You can see how it's landing as well.
Talk through exactly what we're getting at, how it's nice and slow, then we have that fast dink. Oof, yeah, that'll do. Like that. But see, I'm not bothered what's going on with my main line here. It's sort of like going out that way and then it's coming back round. I'm not bothered about that because we've always got that tight line over there.
Would you?
Go on.
I know the answer to this, but I want to talk about it. Always an insert waggler as well.
Always, mate.
It's nicer, isn't it? Bit more sexy.
Yeah,
but technically a different waggler would be better because it wouldn't drag as much. But I think you want to see that happening.
You're nowhere near as sensitive either, Jay. You know what I mean? A straight waggler is just not the same. When they're hanging themselves, it doesn't matter. You know, the likes of pellet waggler and this, that and the other. Yeah. But for this, I think you've got to have an insert. So that was that could have been a little bite then. Went a bit fast then.
Yeah, I think inserts are important. Like really, really important.
Oh, that was a bite, that one. F1's. That was definitely a bite.
So I'd say as well.
Go ahead.
You see a lot more on this in that you're striking at, I'm going to say you're striking at indications.
Yeah.
Because we're on about that curve happening, although it's slack,
yeah,
it's sort of not slack. Your bait, it's the best way it's like pace fishing almost. Your bait's showing up on your bristle because it's pulling along.
Yeah.
Anytime a fish disturbs, not so much the bait, even the line, it magnifies your bite on this, doesn't it? Because it is pulling. So you do strike at a lot of indications that possibly aren't bites.
Definitely. And obviously we're going to get far lookers.
Yeah, it happens because your float's moving through, innit?
Yeah, that's definitely.
Not something you want, but it happens. But I think you miss bites because it's not like a pole float that's close that you can read.
Yeah.
It goes under, it goes under.
Yeah,
you can't tell what type of going under it is. Not as clearly as you can on a pole, can you?
That's nice. Oh, no, definitely not.
That's
definitely not. Looks good there, doesn't it?
Yes.
So what I do like to do as well, folks, is give it a little twitch. I've just literally moved the rod tip then. So it's just come up a bit. So I've just dislodged it from that tight curve. Go on, Jay, lad. But then it'll soon find itself again. See, it's found itself again now. We're waiting for. Come on, the
How it is
F1's.
now, it's perfect, isn't it? When the wind's not too much to drag it under, it just dots.
Yes.
And it's nice.
It's just... Yeah, boy!
Yeah, man.
It's just...
Look at it, it's done the same as well. They've,
Oh, it's
all
a
today,
skimmer.
they're dead weird. They've
Oh,
all
we've got a skimmer.
Oh, what's that?
What's that seagull's going to have it?
Do you reckon?
Yeah. But again, it
That
just shows
herring
that's them the kind of bites. And we don't mind catching these.
No, not that big.
Wouldn't mind some of these next week, would we?
What is it? It's not a skimmer, it's a little baby carp.
It is! Go on, the little one.
They're brand new, Sam.
Oh, bless. Look at him. Look where he's hooked as well, Jay.
Oh,
Right in top lip.
beautiful.
Look at that little bit. Hey, mate, I'm claiming that as an instant.
Shut up. Claiming it as an instant.
Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Oh, isn't he beautiful? I reckon it's bred in here, that.
No, he's just stopped
Oh,
some.
he's put some in.
Yeah, he's just stopped some.
But it shows you, a little tiny, even though we're fishing pretty
They could be
heavy,
the
obviously,
best
for the time of year, obviously, got a point, we haven't talked about hook length, it's got a 0.15 hook length. You know what I mean? It's pretty heavy.
Do you think you've got to have that anyway? Because of the pressure of how hard you're striking?
It's that striking, and obviously the size of the fish. Yeah, you've got, they're not bothered. We say it all the time, don't they? Carp, they're just like,
Oh,
see that
15's
bait?
all right, isn't it?
Definitely have it. The other thing I've got as well, folks, is a change of baits as well. So we're fishing and feeding normal 6mm coppins at the minute, but I've also got some 6mm Robin Reds, and I've got some 6mm Dynamite F1 Sweets. Ignore them ones, they were just a little experimental one, them ones. But yeah, it's always worth having a bit of a change bait as well, isn't it, Jay?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
It's a standy outy one, isn't it?
Oh,
Well, I'm liking it now.
yes, please.
We're back to being awesome now.
That was a nice little dink, that, wasn't it?
Yeah. You could be missing some of them.
Not going to feed, don't
That
feed
might be why
again.
we're missing an odd one.
What, because they're little stockies?
Yeah, because there is a bit of a mouthful of our 6mm pellet for them, innit?
Yeah, bless.
They're newies then. Mel just stocked them last week.
But it shows you how sensitive that rig is, that we're seeing them. And again, it comes down to, like you said, an insert float. What would you be on? You on something similar, Jay?
Exactly the same, yeah. I'm actually going to get some of these ones that you've got. I used to use Drennan inserts, the peacock ones.
They're not as good. These Kevleach ones, mate.
Yes, we're on them.
amazing. So good. So it's just dragging a little bit now, so I'm just going to give it a bit of a oosh, bit of a...
Is that sort of to check it's not caught on crap on the bottom?
Yes.
Because if it is, it'll stay down. It just feels tighter, doesn't it?
Yeah, stay there. And when I give it a dink, if it don't come back up, obviously I know
Something's
then.
not right.
You've seen the difference with a bite, you know what I mean? Nice and quick. You know something's not right. But incidentally, yeah, I know obviously I'm whacking it, so you can really hear it when I'm striking, but you've got to pick the, obviously to pick the line up and what have you. Because we've got a bit of a bow on. I can't see me float now, that blooming wind.
Bit of wind. Bet Rich has got it on Doofer. Doofer will be showing it up.
Let us know when we've got a bite, Richard.
It's weird as well. Dead similar to bomb fishing. You have a window when you get a bite. I always feel this is very, very fast and furious, isn't it?
Yeah,
if I don't get a bite
spells,
within
don't you?
a minute, you just don't feel like you're going to get one.
No.
It's a quick method, isn't it? Which is right weird. But I don't know about you as well.
Go on.
I feel like I keep saying that lots. I feel that the colder it gets and the worse it is, the smaller the window that this works. It can be phenomenal, but I feel that you clatter a peg and upset them very quickly with this.
Yeah,
when it's rock bottom.
Yeah.
It's a great way of catching an initial 3 or 4 fish really faster than you would have on a bomb.
Yeah.
But it can be a way of clearing the peg out very quickly, can't it?
100%. And especially if people aren't on like a bomb or a method or even a waggler around you, then they'll just bypass you and just go wherever there's, not getting upset.
There's a lot of commotion and the striking and...
If people are on it next to you, then it keeps them in your area, doesn't it, I think?
Yes. Even just fishing in it.
Yeah.
As long as there's, like today, if someone was fishing that point and that point, I'd be dead happy that I wasn't going to lose my fish.
Yeah.
But today, they couldn't go anywhere, can't they?
That's just dragged on the bottom, that. Yeah! Here's another little babby one.
Is it a babby one?
Oh. Not snarled up in little babby ones, folks.
You've had a little practice catching £4 F1's and now you've got cameras on and they've shrunk.
Yeah, but at least, again, it just
Doesn't
shows
matter,
you.
does it?
Oh, no, he's not that babby.
Has he grown?
He's not that babby.
He's grown a bit.
You are, Jay. You want to go, don't you? You got method envy, Jay.
You are getting kicked off Fox very soon. Oh, that's really grown.
Oh, large portions, large portions. But again, tiny dinky dink dang diddly do off a large portion. Come on. Yeah, boy! You got right method and view, Jay,
Yes,
haven't you?
very much.
Look at the
So.
size of these F1's, man. Look at the size of them.
So I know you mentioned it in Riggy bit already.
Yeah, go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
mean, how important is it? Like today, you got a 16 on.
Yeah,
I'd never go smaller than that.
not a chance. What do we got? No, I think 16s is the absolute ultimate perfect size.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd go bigger.
No,
Obviously, with an 8
depends on
mil
the
pellet,
hook, doesn't
but
it?
we're not looking to fish 8 mil pellet
No.
this time of year.
No, with 6s a 16. Any smaller, and you do miss small bites, don't you?
Oh, 100%.
It's worth having that bit more metal,
Yeah.
even though it
And
looks
it's
like a
like-
summer hook, which it is a summer hook. Of
It's
course,
a strong
isn't it?
hook, isn't it? What is it? KKM?
I don't know.
It's a strong
angry.
hook. I mean, that's what I'll be using in the summer, to be fair. But yeah, and the other thing as well, obviously, I like using long hook lengths, 10, 12, 40. I've not even measured this one. It's around 12 or 14 inches. 2 number 10s down as well, folks. It's just straightening everything out. It's not... I'm not going to say it don't make a difference, because it does, obviously. It's registering your bites, but it's straightening everything out more than anything.
Why would you always have the 10s, would you? Why do we put the 10s on?
I don't know.
I do that, and I don't know why. You could potentially not have anything.
I don't think you need anything, but I think obviously it is helping you detect the bite and just keeping everything a lot straighter, isn't it?
Maybe.
I can't not. No, the only time I won't put them on, Jay, is obviously when I'm fishing, obviously a deeper water, but through the water, you know what I mean? That's the only time I wouldn't put them on.
Yeah.
When I'm fishing on the bottom and shallow like that, I'd always put
stick
them on.
'em on.
Yeah. It's weird, isn't it?
I want to try them without. Oh,
Oh, Jamie, I was feeding.
well, it's not my fault, is it? Why are you shouting at me?
Because you told me not to feed and...
So you're shouting at me for telling you not to
Oh,
feed, but you
and-
missed your bite because you were feeding.
Do you know what? It's actually burgled me pellet.
Slide them 10s up, I want to see what it does. Take them off completely. Oh, do you know what I mean? Get them out of the way. I don't
Get
think they
'em
make a
up there.
difference.
I don't...
I'd have put them on exactly the same as you though, but
I know, I don't... Yeah.
I want to see if it still tightens up as good. There's no reason it wouldn't.
To be fair, it might help it. It might even, nothing down there. We might not hook up as much, you know what I mean? I don't know. Who knows? We're going to find out though, aren't we? I don't think it will make a difference. I'm not going to feed this time.
No.
So I'm just fed, innit? Don't like that wind now.
No. Tell you, they are to sink the line a little bit more than anything. To non-hinder the fall, because they are 10s.
Yeah.
Because I'm just thinking about it when you put a shallow rig in or whatever that. A mugging rig, when it's that deep, nothing's all right because it sinks nice.
Yeah.
When you go to like a 3-foot mugging rig, your pellet sinks and that hollow bit of line would often sit on the top of the water.
Yeah.
That's why you need them. So yeah, you bring it back down now. Don't like it.
It's not the same, is it? You know what I mean?
No. Is it whizzing through quicker on that? I can't even see it with that ripple.
No, it's come.
Do you think or is that just because the wind's got up a bit? Don't know, weird one that one, isn't it?
That's what I did. It didn't land right that, but I'm leaving it. Oh. Yeah, boy! The swirling on that pellet as well.
That's the one you've hooked, bow waving towards you.
Is
Bet
it?
you this is another big one and you think it's a little one.
This is a stocky, this.
It's
stocky,
not,
folks.
It's
We've
not.
got
I'm
another
telling
stocky.
you, they're all weird on it. You hook them and
It's
they
a
just swim
stocky,
towards us.
Jamie.
You changed your mind yet?
No, it's stocky.
Is it? It is.
I reckon that's what we're missing. So we've had a couple of little fast stinky bites. It's definitely these stockies. Lovely fishing though.
The peg's like proper building now. Now you
Oh,
get lots
yes.
of different bites.
Look at these little beauties.
Right then. Poor Mel's been feeding them for 12 months and they've just been happy eating. And now you're coming with your 6-mil pellet with a big lump of metal in.
Yes, please.
Poor little fishy. You've had a lovely life for the last 12 months.
But no, it's mint. This style of fishing, for honestly, it's just, isn't it?
It is.
Just
It's just active and busy and
how quick does it? And that's another. How quick does your match go when you're on this as well?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It flies by, doesn't it?
it's a busy old day, innit? It is. For animals
No,
like
that's
us,
not landed right.
that both of us are very impatient.
Yes.
I mean, patient ledgering isn't our forte, is it?
No.
So this sort of fills the gap in that you're busy. You're catching just as many fish, if not more, many occasions. But you're busy
yeah.
while doing it as well.
That's a bite.
You're feeling that one.
Yeah, boy. Let's get some pellets in. Let's get some pellets in. Where are they going?
Oh, that was beautiful. That was another triangle formation.
Come on. Come on. That blooming wind, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It's not bothering your rig though, is it?
No,
It's
it's
nice
not.
that it's not moving it. It's just
Completely
seeing
different with them 10s as well, isn't it?
it. Yeah.
That's great that we don't know why we put 10s there, but we both do.
There's got to be a reason, hasn't there? That was like us.
Go on the fishes! They're there now. Whoa, get the back wind off. That's not a stocky.
No,
Oh, that's not a stocky, folks.
that's a portion.
Oh, that's a rather large unit. It's gone back for a feed on me pellets, that one.
That's a proper wobbler, that.
Yeah, boy. Let's just hope your hooks are up for it, Jamie.
Of course they are. Look at them. That one's just on one of them tail flops.
Is that my fish, that?
Yeah, boy.
Oh, this is me. I don't want to go. I'm just going to stay here. I could stay here actually, because Kevin, the caravan's like 150 metres in that general direction, folks. I'm just going to stay here. Just going to stay here. I think it's rather large.
This is
one.
the carp that we said we weren't going to catch, innit?
I don't know. It might be a great big F1. There's some massive F1s in, isn't there? Oh, look at that head shake then.
It's a carp, I guess. Oh.
He's got method envy, folks. Yeah. He's got method envy.
Yeah.
Check that drag. So what I do, I always have the drag set, but I love back wind.
You have it really soft, so
yeah,
you've got to, aren't you? It's so delicate.
And knock it off as soon as I've upped it. Right, here we go, here we go, here we go, 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 go.
Beautiful.
Look at that. And that's a small one for here, isn't it? Oh, what? Jay, come on.
I'm going to let you have a pose and wrap it up with that.
Come on, check where he's hooked.
Is it beautiful? You can't teach that.
Taught me well, folks, hasn't he? He's taught me well. Right, let's have a quick look at this, and I think Jay wants to go. And it's just started blooming raining as well. Let's have a look at him. Lovely, beautiful. What are you giving me, £5?
Yeah.
Yes, please. Lovely one to end it on. Move that, Jay. And look, we've done. We've covered it all, haven't we? We've caught stockers, we've caught F1s.
We have.
In like short space of time as well. Real time for you, lovely lot. You know what I mean? But that's the beauty of this method. It's just.
I honestly, in conditions how it is as well, I think that's the most we catch. Do you want me doing anything else? I wouldn't do anything else. Sat here today, it is the perfect peg, weather, whatever else.
Yeah.
That is the most productive way we can catch that, I think.
Definitely.
What do you reckon? Boss is here.
Yeah, Boss Mel's here. You know what I mean? Get Boss Mel on.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously, the other thing as well, when the water starts to clear up and, you know, the pole could potentially spook them over their heads, things like that, there's nothing there to spook the fish, and it's just, give it a go, folks. It's just amazing.
Bestest method in the world.